What if silence wasn't peace, but a warning? What if your partner's smile was her only way of coping? What if love isn't enough when you don't understand the language beneath the words? Look, many foreigner Filipino relationships fail because not only about cheating, about abuse, they fail because of what was never said. Let's talk about what no one teaches you, the emotional and cultural dynamics that slowly dissolve relationships from the inside out. Welcome back to my channel. So in the last episode, we have discussed about how control masquerades as love. So at this point, we will go again more deeper. Today we move forward to understand what happens if control begins, when silence sets in, when the smiles become thinner and emotional gaps begins to widen. So this episode is not just about to blame, it's about awareness. Because I believe love between foreign and Filipina can be powerful, but only if they both truly really understand the emotional and cultural realities that they are entering. So, what are you waiting for? Sit in, get a cup of coffee, a tea, or a drink, and let's discuss this subject.
Alright, so let's begin. Let's start with a deep cultural contrast, the pride versus shame. So, in the West, pride is often seen as healthy. Speaking your mind is considered a virtue. You assert, you clarify, you protect your boundaries, and that's what the strength looks like. But in Filipino culture, particularly for women, it's hiya. It's Tagalog term for shame. Hiya, the concept of shame that guides behavior. Because Filipino women were taught, don't talk back, don't embarrass others, be the peacemaker, endure, be quiet, sacrifice. So, those kind of practices for us. And now, imagine a marriage between these two emotional codes. The foreign partner sees silence as dishonesty or weakness, and the Filipina sees assertiveness as disrespect or even emotional aggression. So, what do you think? Over time, what happens? So, one partner feels ignored, the other feels overwhelmed. One keeps pushing, the other keeps shrinking, and that love becomes a silent battlefield, not of anger, but of misunderstanding. Both feel alone, even while sleeping in the same bed. And now, let's talk about something that makes or breaks any relationships. Let's dive into communication and, more importantly, emotional intelligence. It's very crucial in a certain relationship. So, many foreigner men think she speaks English, so we understand each other. But language is only the beginning. It's not what you say, it's how it's received. Filipinos are often raised to keep emotions internal. Be careful with this one. You may say, I'm okay. No, that's fine. I'm fine. Even when they're not. But because they're lying, but because they were never taught how to express discomfort safely. That's very hard, huh? So, in most cases, there will be really a misunderstanding in that codes. So, now let's enter emotional intelligence. And to define this one, the ability sense when your partner is shutting down emotionally, express your own needs without guilt or blame, or create space where both voices matter. But sadly, many couples don't practice these skills. They interpret withdrawal as rejection, or they misread emotions or directness as attack. And eventually, communication becomes survival, not connection. And that is when emotional starvation begins slowly, silently. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. This brings us to one of the most hidden causes of relationship failure: sacrificial silence. Because, in Filipino culture, women are celebrated for their ability to sacrifice for their family, for their children, for their own husbands. You hear it everywhere. Tiis lang, or just endure. Babae ka, kaya mo yan. You're a woman. You can handle it. So, what happens when a Filipino moves abroad? She smiles, she serves, she holds everything together, even while falling apart inside. And that's not only we're talking about moving abroad, even just around the corner or just not too far away from the families, from the roots. She will raise the kids, cleans the home, sometimes works full time, all while battling homesickness, cultural isolation, and emotional distance. You can imagine how difficult it is for her. And she doesn't complain because she believes this is love. But sacrifice without recognition becomes bitterness. In silence, over time, becomes emotional disappearance. She no longer lives because she doesn't love him. She lives because she no longer recognizes herself in that marriage. And that's mostly main reason why marriages doesn't really work that way. So hidden truths are now revealed. And you may experience already like this one. You're watching this video and hearing my narration. Or rather, you've heard stories about this. So, yeah. And now let's talk about something rarely spoken, the emotional depth. Many Filipinos feel deep gratitude when a foreign partner gives them a better life. Like, for instance, a home, a visa, stability. But when that gratitude turns into emotional obligation, a toxic cycle begins. You might hear, yes, he saved me. I owe him everything. I can't speak up. I should be thankful. But isn't that love should never feel like a repayment plan? You don't owe someone your silence. You don't owe them your unhappiness in exchange for material comfort. And yes, to the man watching, if your partner feels like she has to be grateful just to exist in the relationships, I'll tell you that's not love. That's quiet surrender. Love is not given to control, it's given to free. So don't dream, don't fantasize so much. So, what now? If you're in the Filipina foreigner relationship or thinking of entering one, so here are just 6 truths to hold on to. Namely, firstly, the cultural humility is more important than cultural dominance. Just don't assume your way is the right way. Learn hers too. Secondly, silence is not peace. It's not always be a peace. Just because she isn't speaking doesn't mean everything is okay. Make it safe to talk. Hear her and let her voice be heard. And in addition to that, love should not feel like a debt. Gratitude is beautiful, but it should never cancel her needs, her voice, or emotions. Moreover, emotional intelligence can be learned. Study it, practice it, teach it to your children. So everything will work out because this is very important. And respect is not obedience, it's listening, adjusting, and staying connected when it's hard. And if she's growing smaller in your presence, something's wrong. Love should make both of you grow, not shrink. So those are very essential things that need to acquire or possess in every relationship so it will work. And to close up with this episode, I may say that Filipino foreigner marriages can be rich happily, and powerful, but only if they are built on empathy, not assumptions, that they are built on communication and not convenience. So ask yourself, is my love empowering or limiting? Is my partner free to speak, feel, and grow with me? Because, ladies and gentlemen, love across cultures is not just about bridging distance, it's about bridging understanding. So, that ends with today's episode. I hope you guys learned something about today. And I will say it again. Thank you so much for always supporting in this journey of mine to these real stories, real talks, and hopefully I will see you again in the next episode. Alright, my dear viewers and subscribers, to those who are new joiners and new viewers, watchers in this channel, thank you again, and hopefully you won't be shy or don't hesitate to put your comments below, your suggestions, your thoughts, and remain respectful so we can continue align with the rules and community guidelines of YouTube and that you won't be banned. So I appreciate so much, and hopefully by next time we can create another topic which is amazing and insightful for all of us. Thank you again, and God bless us all. And yeah, to those who want a commissioned artworks from me, I'm still doing it. I'm still open for it. And as can you see, what can you see here in this video background? I'm still doing my art style business. So if you guys living around the Polog area or around Zamboanga del Norte, nearest to my landmark or my place around the Polog city, nearby places, you can message me. Thank you again.